Good morning to you all present over here. Last time we discussed a kingdom fungi. Under that we seen Phycomycetes division we are going on, and inside that we seen a Rhizopus, Mucor. Now we have to see the second one that is important, that is albigo, and that causes what? White rust of mustard. Okay, so next we have to see albigo. Now, this albedo belong to division Phycomycetes. Okay, this belongs to what? Phycomycetes. And it is an obligate parasite, means it destroyed someone crops. So it is an obligate parasite and grows in host tissue. So it is an obligate parasites and grows in host tissue as intracellular. Okay, so it is what? It is an obligate parasite. Which one? Albugo. So albugo is an obligate parasite. Now, mostly this parasite infect to crucifery family, like mustard example. Another example also having like compositae family, Amaranthacea family, okay, Convolvulaceae family, but mostly it infect to cruci family. So mostly it infects to the plants of crucifery family. Okay, also in fact to Orchidaceae family, Amaranthacea family, and Convolvulaceae family. But mostly it infect to what? Crucifery family. And crucifery most important example is mustard. And that causes this one, albugo causes white rust disease. Okay. Now, the disease caused by this fungus, albugo, mostly it is known as white rust or white blisters disease caused by this fungus known as white rust or white blisters, because it looks like blister, that's why it is known as white rust or white blisters. Okay, if we are seeing the most common example, that is albugo candida. So this albugo candida doing what? Attacks the mustard and destroy their productivity. So for example, albugo candida infect to mustard and their productivity goes down. Okay, so what happens? This name you have to remember, Albigo candida. Okay, so it infects to what? Mustard, and that's why what happened? Their productivity goes down. Okay, now it also found on Capsula bursa campestris, that is known as shepherd purse. It is also found in Capsula bursa campestris, commonly known as a shepherd purse plant. Okay, so this is also found in Capsula bursa campestris. Okay, and sometime also found in seen in radish, sometime also seen in cabbage, sometime also seen in cauliflower. So occasionally found in occasionally found in radish, cabbage and cauliflower. Okay, this also you have to remember that radish, cabbage and cauliflower, this albugo species are being found. Okay, now if we are discussing about their reserve food, so their reserve food is oil and glycogen, oil and glycogen. So what we can say, the reserve food is oil and glycogen. Okay, so this we seen what division Phycomycetes. Now next division is Ascomycetes, or that is also known as a sac fungi. So come on that next one. Division Ascomycetes, that is commonly known as, it is commonly known as sac fungi. Why it is known as sac fungi? Because it makes a sac like a structure. Okay, so this is having sac fungi. Okay, now this contain yeast. Under yeast is what? Generally the fungi are multicellular, but yeast is accepted exception, that is unicellular. So what we can say, for example, yeast, or their species name is Saccharomyces, is unicellular fungi. Okay, so this unicellular fungi, it is exception. And if we are seeing another example, penicillin. Penicillium. Okay, now this penicillium species like notatum is there, notatum. Here Saccharomyces cerevisiae is there. Now it is what is multicellular fungi. Okay, So exception is only that, but almost all fungi are multicellular in nature. Okay. Now, in division Ascomycetes, this mostly belongs to saprophytic or coprophilous. Coprophilous means they are having present on dung. So what they are telling? They are saprophytic, they are decomposers, okay? They are parasitic, they are caprophilous. So what we can say? These are mostly saprophytic, parasitic, or coprophilous means on dung found. Okay, so mostly they are having saprophytic, etc., parasitic or coprophilous, etc., in nature. Okay, now this division contained mycelium, branched and septate. So mycelium of this division contain branched and septate. Like what I am telling, here what happens? They are having branching. And a separation is there, septate. So in this way, what happens? Their mycelium is having branch. You can see that branch, and that is having a separate boxes. Okay. So this is having branched and separate. Previous one, what we seen? Unbranched and cynocytic means all the nucleus having in the conjugated form. So that is cynocytic, and they they were having unbranched. Okay. Now if we are seeing their reproduction, so what are that features in this? So we have to see that here. Asexual reproduction, asexual reproduction takes place by conidia. What is that? Asexual reproduction takes place here by conidia. Now, this conidia formed exogenously, means outside they are forming, and that a spatial mycelium is known as conidiophores. So, asexual reproduction takes place by conidia formed on spatial mycelium structure known as conidia. conidiophore. Okay, so asexual reproduction occurs by with the help of what? Conidia, and where it formed? It formed on special structured mycelium that is known as conidiophore. Okay, now when this conidia develops further, it develops into new fungi. Okay, so this is asexual reproduction. If we are seeing about the sexual reproduction, okay, so here sexual reproduction takes place by spores like gametes known as ascus, and this formed on ascospores. Okay, now here what happens, this you have to remember, generally 4 to 8 ascus are formed in ascocarp fruiting bodies. Where these ascus are formed, that is known as ascocarp fruiting body. Now this is formed endogenously. Formed. Okay, endogenously means inside. Okay, so like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is having 4 to 8 ascospores are being formed. Okay. Now this you have to remember. Okay. Why I telling that this you have to remember, because many times I have seen this, that how many ascars are being formed inside ascocarp as ascospores. So that is 4 to 8. So this number, it is very important. 4 to 8 ascospores are being formed in division Ascomycetes. Okay, that you have to remember. Okay, now some examples are there, like Aspergillus are there, Claviceps are there, Neurospora are there. So we have to see. Example, Claviceps, Neurospora. Okay, now this Neurospora is used in genetic research work. Okay, so Claviceps is there. Another more example is there, like Aspergillus. Now here you have to remember this one, Neurospora known as Drosophila plant kingdom, also known as Drosophila of plant kingdom. Very important, many times